Welcome back to Pitso here on SABC Lehae. There are reports that there are 6 municipalities in the Free State that failed to pay their workers. To dive deep into this topic, we are now joined by 2 guests, who is a spokesperson from Action SA, Nomawethu Sibukwana, and SAMU spokesperson Mahlatsi Diepsloot. Hi Diepsloot and hi Nomawethu, welcome to Pitso. Diepsloot, Thank you. Diepsloot, let me start with you. As an organization that fights for employees' rights, how do you feel about this matter?
Yeah, no, as some, we are directly affected because we are the workers. And I'm sure Free State throughout the year has been on the news for non-payment of salaries. And now we are left with Mafube, which has not been paying workers since from October. I must indicate that Kopanong has recently paid their workers from their arrears until December, and Masilenyana as well as Mohokare. The only outstanding municipality at the moment is Mafube.
Nomawethu from Action SA, what's your take on this matter?
We take it very seriously because these employees, they go to work, they commit, they work diligently. And instead of being given their salaries, they are given memos that tell them that they are not going to be paid. And that is very unfair and unjust. It's something that should not be happening. And as Action SA, we have also written to the Kochta MEC Ketsomakome, where we were requesting him to invoke Section 139 of the Constitution, which is used when a municipality cannot fulfill its executive obligation in terms of the Constitution. So this section allows the provincial government to impose recovery plan to secure the municipality's ability to meet its obligation. But there was never a response from the MEC's office, because these municipalities, not only do they fail to pay their employees, they also fail to pay service providers such as Eskom and water boards, which makes things difficult for residents, because automatically the employees will protest. And when they protest, it means there is no service delivery.
Sorry, you can continue.
No, I was just about to say we don't take this thing lightly.
Okay, so Diepsloot, from your side, have some of the employees at least been paid so far?
From Mafube?
Yes.
From Mafube, no employees have been paid yet. The memorandum we received on Thursday is that the municipal account is still attached by the Municipal Workers' Retirement Fund for non-payment of Workers' Pension Fund. You remember Mafube has a long historical problem of not paying over employees' pension contribution to designated pension funds. And as a result, there are employees who went on pension without accessing their pension funds to date. There are employees who've passed on, who have their families as beneficiaries, have not received their pensions. And the municipality has been defaulting in payment of the contributions. So the pension fund has resorted to attach the bank account to date. That's the effect of a non-payment of salaries. Unfortunately, although we support the action of the pension fund to collect employees' pension funds, but the unfortunate part is that action also affects the same employees who have been compromised with their pension funds. It's a double jeopardy on their part, that whilst they were still struggling with their pension funds and their medical aid, of course, now they are subjected to non-payment of salaries. It's December time. Well, families will be celebrating. Unfortunately, municipal employees in Mafube won't be celebrating, as they will be without money at all.
And from you, Nomawethu, you mentioned about writing Kokta a letter. What kind of response would you expect from them?
We were expecting them that they will put these municipalities under administration, where they will find someone who's got, where they will find a team with management, financial and technical skills that will assist the affected municipality. That team will be given a mandate and also timelines when they will do the work and finish the work so that it can be assessed whether they are succeeding or not. The very same team will also be the team that will be able to transfer skills to the employees to make sure that by the time they leave, they're leaving a capable team that will be able to take the municipality forward. These are the things that we were expecting.
Diepsloot, what could be some other factors that are contributing in this?
Yeah, the problem that we seem to observe from the municipality, the municipality has not been with a full-time or appointed municipal manager for years. It has been an acting, even to date it's an acting. And the municipality has been advertising for the municipal manager, and at the end of that recruitment process, there's no appointment that is taking place. So there's no sense of agency from the Council of Mafube to appoint an accounting officer whose task with a constitutional obligation to monitor and administer the administration and operations of the municipality, and such municipality is bound to fail. Secondly, maybe I must highlight that although we support the intervention in terms of Section 139 of the Constitution, but we feel that COCTA is not administering that process very well, because Mafube has been under intervention for more than once. And in all these instances, there's never been a report released by COCTA on what is actually the problem with Mafube. And in all other municipalities where COCTA in the Free State has intervened in the municipalities, either through Section 139 or either through Section 106, those reports are not released. They are not being implemented. There are, for example, there are other municipalities like your Kopanong, like your Dihlabeng, Nala. There has been a Section 106 intervention, but those reports, which are an outcome and recommendations of the investigation, they are not released, they are not being implemented. So COCTA is just complying for the sake of complying, but they are not intervening in the true sense of the word.
Diepsloot, what precautions can be taken to prevent an incident like this happening again?
We are also calling on the justice system to assist us objectively, because in all these municipalities that we raised, we opened cases for non-compliant, but security system has been failing municipal employees. No municipalities has been investigated and brought to justice for failing to adhere, because non-payment of employees' contributions is a fraud. And in terms of the Municipal Finance Management Act, it's a fraud, and it must be reported, it must be investigated accordingly. But those cases are just open, not followed up. So we call on the security system to objectively assist in the municipalities, to set an example in all these municipalities, because municipal managers and their CFOs cannot be allowed at all times to go away with fraud. All municipalities in the Free State have collapsed. They are dysfunctional, but there has never been a process of a judgment against all these municipalities.
Now, to the both of you, what impact will this unfortunate incident have on the workers and service delivery? Let's start with you, Ms. Nomawetu.
Obviously, it's going to have a negative impact, but unfortunately, it is the residents who will feel the brunt because they are the one where there will be shortage of water, and then litter will be scattered everywhere, and there will be sewage spillages. So they are the ones the residents are the ones that are directly impacted by this. And also, we cannot blame the employees or the workers for protesting because it is their right to be compensated after working hard and diligently.
Let's come to you, Mr. Tisetso Mahlatsi.
Maybe I must start first by commenting municipal workers throughout in all these affected municipalities for objectively being biased towards communities. Even in these difficult times, they've been reporting for work, rendering their services. Although the municipalities have repudiated their contract because non-payment of salaries is a breach of contract. But employees have been, because of the love of their communities, because before they become municipal workers, they are communities members, but they've been reporting. But non-payment of their salaries also shows that there's financial problems in all municipalities. Therefore, they are also faced with no tools of trade to perform their workers. So this act has a direct impact on the communities to render service, proper service delivery to our communities. So if council is not implementing their constitutional obligations, which is enshrined in section 1552 of the Constitution, it means that they have failed with their responsibilities. And what remains is for them to be dissolved, so that communities must choose proper and competent representatives to take care of their municipalities.
Mr. Mahlatsi, what are you doing as an organization to ensure that all these workers get paid before Christmas?
We are currently engaged with our legal team to see the possibilities of ensuring that we compel not only the municipality, but the COGTA at the level of the province and national to play their constitutional role in the municipality to ensure that municipal employees receive their salaries, because it's reflect very bad on the municipal employees not to cater for their families. Everyone knows that December is a very important month to every family. So it's bad on the part of the employees who are unable to cater for their families.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Mahlatsi and Ms. Nomawetu here on Pitso. Do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Now, there was spokesperson from Action SA, Ms. Nomawetu Sibukwana, and SAMU spokesperson, Mr. Mahlatsi Tisetso. Now, don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this short break. Tomorrow is a public holiday and the beginning of festivities for many. While alcohol is a means of celebrations and enjoyment, it can be open to misuse or abuse that can lead to the destruction of lives. Every year, the lives of 3 million individuals are lost due to alcohol, representing 5% of all deaths. We are now joined by Laikin Ntimane, who is from the National Liquor Traders Association. Welcome, Mr. Ntimane, here on Pitso.
Thank you so much. We appreciate the opportunity.
Mr. Ntimane, first of all, how could you characterize South Africa's binge drinking?
I think as a country, we have an interesting, if not a bad relationship with alcohol, where people turn to the bottle to escape from a myriad of issues that we face as a country, be it unemployment, lack of opportunities, youth that cannot find jobs as soon as they graduate. So there's a myriad of issues that we face as a country, and I think people tend to look at the bottle as a way of escaping from the realities of life. But also, there's an issue of underage drinking that we've seen, ravaging our communities, where people as young as 13 years old, are consuming alcohol. This is not something that we need to see if we are to build a strong country, the one that, we can rely on our youth to take us forward. So this is something that we really need to deal with.
Mr. Ntimane, every year it's said that the lives of 3 million individuals are lost due to alcohol, representing 5% of all deaths. What do you have to say about this as the National Liquor Traders Association?
We don't think those numbers will be accurate. In a population of 60 million people, 3 million people dying as a result of alcohol, that surely cannot be the case. Be that as it may, we know that the dangers of alcohol are real, and that people are killed on a weekly or daily basis as a result of misuse and abuse of alcohol. But also we know that there are those that lose their lives, as a result of others that are drunk. So families, lose the breadwinners as a result of people that are misusing alcohol. Hence, we'd like to make a call, especially to those, that will be closing in their factories today, those that are getting bonuses, that stick to what drink the quantities that you've always consumed, drink something that that you can still manage and control yourself. Do not now go and stock up and have a lot of alcohol because you have money. You need to also look after your family. That money will go a long way in assisting and helping your family. It is not going to alcohol. So people must be cautious this festive season, in making decisions that will help support their families. And alcohol should be the least of their worries. People should not invest in alcohol, but they should invest in their families this festive season.
Mr. Ntimane, do you still have drinking awareness campaigns? And if yes, can you please elaborate on them? And if not, can you please also just explain why?
So we do run a lot of campaigns. We on the 19th of December, will be in Pietermaritzburg at Kwadambuza with all liquor traders in that area doing compliance workshops. On the 20th of December, we'll be in Umlazi doing a similar program. On the 21st of December, we'll be in Inanda doing similar workshops. On the 6th of December, we're in Tshwane with liquor traders in that area conducting this type of workshops. So we do go across the country talking to our liquor traders, ensuring that they take up a leadership role in ensuring that they protect their patrons, that they create safe zones and safe spaces in their taverns that ensure that people consume alcohol in a responsible way.
Previously, liquor traders have been urged not to chase profit at the expense of patrons. Nonetheless, there's this issue of underage drinking, which is a concern, looking at the fact that it also starts with communities where you find that role players in the communities are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and they do not encourage young people to stop drinking. What do you think should be done?
I think the solution to addressing the issue of underage drinking doesn't lie solely with the liquor traders. I think it's a community and a societal problem that requires all of us, all hands on deck, to be able to address. I mean, if a 13-year-old, can smuggle alcohol and go to school with that alcohol, I mean, where are the parents? The parents ought to be aware. But also what you've picked up is that there seems to be a behavior that models the fact that alcohol is cool, alcohol is something that, the kids can partake in. And we as parents ought to take that responsibility. If we can send our child to go into the fridge and give us something nice, the child ends up growing knowing that, alcohol is something nice. It is something that they need to taste. So how we behave and how we act next to our kids really does matter. And that will go a long way in ensuring that we all address the issue of underage drinking. It's not something that must be put squarely at the door of liquor traders, but as a whole society, we need to be able to play our part in ensuring that we deal with this matter.
Mr. Ntimane, still on the underage drinking, just to pass quickly on this question, do you think social media has an influence in the intense drinking of young people?
No, we do not want to believe that that is the case. I mean, we've got Nyawope, we've got drugs. Those are not advertised on social media, and yet they are ravaging our communities and our youth. So we cannot really start to link social media and how people access alcohol, because there's other societal ills that are happening, and even though they're not advertised on social media.
So, what advice do you have for the public in general?
Let us drink responsibly. If we intend to consume alcohol, let's not get behind the steering wheel. Let us not drive. Let us ensure that the money that will get bonuses. Those that are fortunate enough to get bonuses, let us spend it wisely on our families. Let's not invest it on alcohol. Alcohol is not something that is going to take this country forward, so we need to be responsible around it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ntimane, for your time here on Pitso. Do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much.
That was Mr. Ntimane, who is from the National Liquor Traders Association. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this short break.
We marched to Union Building. We marched even to the provincial office of the Provincial Commissioner to give them our memorandum to say people of Diepsloot are dying. And when people, they are calling the police, they are being ignored, or the police van will take 5 or 6 hours to come, or they won't even come. So what has led to this is the frustration of the community. Not that we are saying what they have done is right, but you will understand that when you are facing a situation whereby each and every night the guns at Diepsloot are crying and people are being killed almost each and every day. Recently, the stats that said from April up until September, 54 people were killed in Diepsloot. That means every 3 days people are dying. So it is a frustration of the community with no help or assistance from the police whatsoever to calm this situation of crime in Diepsloot.
And Loyiso, how is the current situation now? Do you know what's going on now, what's happening, what the update is? It's bad.
Things are still the same. We had rumors that 3 days back there were some soldiers in Diepsloot that are deployed, but I did not see them physically myself. I had those reports. But the situation at the moment is calm, but crime is still happening. People are still being robbed, mugged. Nothing has changed in terms of the crime in the community.
So what is your view on this attacks in terms of what do you think the community wants? Like what can I say, like a point of what are the community looking for actually to be helped?
We've been raising these issues even when we're having this engagement with the Office of the Presidency. We have raised solution because we believe the issue of crime in Diepsloot is not only about policing. It has to do with human settlement. It has to do with illegal foreigners that are in our community. Some of the community leaders, SANCO leaders who are contributing in these harboring illegal foreigners that we don't know where they come from by selling them these empty stands that are vacant in the community, including ward councillors who are selling empty stands. We have raised these issues with the Office of the Mayor. We have raised these issues with the Office of the President, that some of the issues we agree that are caused by some of the leaders in the community that perpetrate to crime, and are people that are committing crime. We don't know who they are. So really the situation in the community, it's bad. We have raised solution that Minister of Housing, Human Settlement, Justice must come, because people are saying we will report a well-known criminal that is terrorizing a community. 4 or 5 days, they are out. So they ask themselves the question, what is going on? Hence, we requested the Minister of Justice to come down, so that we're saying we want a permanent solution in the issue of crime. We don't want what this thing that Pegitare will do. When there are issues in Diepsloot, he will bring TRT for 3 or 4 days. When the situation is calm, they pull them out. Then we'll go back to square one. So we've said, let them come down, including the president, including these ministries that we think are part of the problem that is causing crime in Diepsloot. They must come so that we can resolve this issue of crime permanently.
With raising the issues that the community is facing, have you ever gotten feedback from maybe the police or the presidency's officers?
The only feedback that we are getting is from the TV. We hear them making statement, do media briefing. They've never came to us as we have requested that there is no way that we can resolve the issue of crime in Diepsloot without engaging leaders. Instead of them engaging us previously when we were marching in a democratic country, they've arrested us. We went to sleep in Sun City just for raising the issues of crime. We never banned anyone, never killed anyone. So really, there is no solution whatsoever. When we're having this engagement with the presidency, out of the way they've decided to drop those engagements, we don't know what is the reason. And we believe that they have tended to politicize the matter.
You seem like you are saying that they haven't directly given you a feedback, only through the media briefings. So then how do you ensure that the community members don't resort to vigilantism?
I think it's a question that we should ask them, that you are not engaging with the community leaders, we are not engaging with community. How then are you planning to make sure that the situation, the unfortunate situation that happened 2 weeks back will never happen again? Us as a community, when those kind of situations happen whereby we apprehend a criminal, when the community are beating a criminal, we apprehend and hand them over that criminal to the police. But when I got calls, I was even scared to go close to that area where that incident was happening, because I knew if I can be 100 meters close there, I was going to be arrested by now to say I am an instigator. So really our hands are tied, because instead of them solving the issue of crime in Diepsloot, they target leaders.
So as a community, why do you guys take the law into your own hands? Is it because the police are not doing anything, and maybe by doing so, by taking the law into your own hands, maybe you can now get a response from the police to come and eventually help?
As I've said before, we condemn the incident that happened in Diepsloot, where the community took the law into their own hands. We are not saying we're encouraging that, but this is the frustrated community that is not getting any assistance from the police, from government leaders. So really, we can blame them, we can't blame them, because they are frustrated. They can't get any joy. We even went to the highest office of the land to say, assist, don't underestimate what is happening in Diepsloot. People are dying almost each and every day. Come and assist. So people do not get any assistance. So really, the community, for them to end up taking the law into their own hands, is a frustration.
I hear you, Louis. So unfortunately, we have run out of time. Thank you so much for coming here to have the conversation with us. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much. That was Loyiso Toyiya, who is a community leader. Now, don't go further anywhere. We'll be back right after this short break.